Hello, good afternoon, Philippines. Welcome to what we call Volleyball Central. It is the arena in San Juan for ABS-CBN Sports Live, an exclusive coverage of the 74th season of the UAAP Women's Volleyball Tournament, live only here on Studio 23. Another weekend of volleyball action, starting off with the UE Lady Warriors going up against the Adamson Lady Falcons, and then later on undefeated defending champion DLSU Lady Spikers going up against the FEU Lady Tamaraw. For ABS-CBN Sports, Boom Gonzalez together with the Doc Ian Laurel. Maulan na naman ang panahon nitong weekend na to, and hopefully our viewers are safe and sound and not as cranky from the traffic that they experienced yesterday watching us today, Doc.
That's true. Good afternoon to all of you volleyball fans. And again, as Boom has said, we've got two teams, fighting it out today. We've got two great matches, but the first one, really interesting because these two teams just came out of a 5-set.
Right.
And both of them came with the win. So definitely they want to continue that winning streak against each other today.
Last weekend yun, I did that first game, you did that second game. It was an extended time. We all loved it. Last weekend here at the arena in San Juan. Let's check out the team standings and see where these two teams are. First, pag-usapan natin ang UE at Adamson, Doc.
That's true. These two teams in the middle of the pack, so to speak. And makikita natin, of course, undefeated still is De La Salle. They've got a 3-0 card, but let's talk about the two teams that are going up against each other today. Adamson Lady Falcons, 2 wins and 1 loss, going up against, well, they're tied with NU UE. I'm talking about UE having 1 win and 2 losses. But remember, these two teams coming out of those tight matches, they got their first wins. In fact, UE getting their first win against NU. We've talked about NU, sabi nga natin, one of the teams to beat today for this season, pero UE getting that win against NU. For the side of Adamson, perennial contender for the championship,
correct.
Going up against UST. They won that one and again ended up with a 5-set win over UST.
When you talk about UE, they're trying to put a 2-game winning streak together. They haven't had that in the last 2 years, so they're trying to do that. And let's talk about that match against NU. Obviously, some people thought NU being the improved team that they were going to take this one.
Yes.
But UE really gave them a fight and then dominated them in that 5th set.
Yes.
Imagine that. They come back from 1 set to 2 and then win the next 2 sets emphatically in the 5th, Ian.
That's true. 15-5. Alam ko, score dito naging 11-0.
Right, you're right.
Before NU was able to put up something on the board. That's why they were able to score only 5 points and total output 114 against only 95 for NU. UE dominating this one in the 5th, but really it was a close one all the way. And I think UE needs to do, or what they need to do if they want to get this one over Adamson, they need to have the other names contribute, not only Lisette Dawit, but also Rosale and Jimberly Dizon. They need to help out Dawis in the scoring department.
Yes, go ahead. I did that game, Ian. They played impeccably, especially on defense. Yung week, lamang yung NU ng 6, 7, talagang umabol pa at bumalik pa. At makikita natin dun sa numero. Even offensively, and they did well.
That's right. 55 against only 48 points for NU, courtesy of that spike, or the spiking department. Opponents' errors, well, ang laki ng diferensya, 48 against 32, 114 again to 95. So this is a very interesting UE lineup or UE team we're seeing for this season. Sabi ko nga, nung first time ko sila nakita, Boom, there's a good chance if really they all work together, baka maging Final Four UE for this.
Okay, now, we all know that the story for them this year is the new coach and then the returning Lisette Dawis. And the fact that you mentioned that she needed help, actually that game of Lisette Dawis was her most productive since she came back, si Lisette Dawis, and she had 11 points in that match. But I also have to highlight the fact that Nebrida had 18 in that match, and another 14 coming, or 18 kay Bulan, and another 14 from Nebrida. So very good all-around game for UE, especially this comebacking girl.
11 points for Lisette Dawis, 2 coming from the block. And you mentioned Nebrida and the other team players, but you remember, you've got other big names. I mentioned Rosale, I mentioned Jimberly Dizon, and these names have to play consistently especially when they're in the front row. Because remember, this Adamson squad, we're going to talk about them later.
Yes.
They have a formidable attacking front line, this Adamson team.
That UE squad against National University really just, they did almost everything well in that match. And disheartening yung pagkatalo ng National University. You saw it in their faces. Third set pa lang, parang talo na yung NU. Sa body language, that's right, in 5 sets. Now, you talked about Adamson University, perennial contender for the championship. They're always in the Final Four. They're hoping to get over the hump. You talk about this team that is also coming back, coming off a 5-setter. You did that match. How did that turn out?
Wow, this Adamson squad was so resilient in that one against USC. I believe that it could have gone either way in the 5th. We're going to look at the scores in that 5-set battle. Really close all the way. Look at the 5th set, 15-13, and it all came down to the breaks of the games who would commit the least errors during those crucial parts of the set, and it turned out that Adamson was more stable. They had a very good front row attack in that one, 109 against 107. Look at that, only 2 points total output, very close one.
And wasn't that, actually labang pa ata yung UST niya ng 2 puntos.
That's right.
Di ba? 13-11.
That's right. And then one of those Adamson attackers, Zapanta, just took over 55 spikes against 67. They even had, US even had the lead when it came to that department. But again, opponents' errors 42-32. 8 service aces for Adamson. One of their strengths for this year, more consistent serves and blocking department going to the taller USC lineup 6-4. But still, all-around team play, and we've mentioned this every time, Boom. Itong Adamson talaga, one of the stronger defensive teams.
Especially floor defense.
That's right, especially. Kahit nakalusot sa block, yung floor defense always relied upon by this Adamson squad.
Specialty of the house ng Adamson. Kahit noon pa, nung nandun pa, kahit sila Benting, nung nandun pa yung mga dati nilang manlalaro.
Even the liberos of Adamson, you can expect that every year they'll be fielding in one of the best liberos of the league. So alam natin yung depensa talagang isa yan sa mga premiums that Adamson puts on.
They're on a 2-game winning streak at Adamson University after losing to the defending champions on opening day or on opening weekend. And for the 2nd straight game, Mayet Zapanta delivering for them. And this is funny because she didn't play in the first 2 sets against LaSalle. Hindi siya eh. Si Togonon pa nga yung ginamit ni coach eh. Tapos, nung medyo masama yung laro ng Adamson, ipinasok si Mayet. The 3rd set, medyo maganda yung nilaro nila, pero natalo pa rin sila obviously to the overpowering Lasal. But after that, they seem to have settled down with her in that rotation dahil nanalo silang 2 sunod.
That's true. Zapanta, look at this, 20 big points. Wow. That's for just 1 game. 17 coming from attacks and 3 from the service aces. So an excellent game from Zapanta, that one against UST nonetheless. And again, Zapanta was voted the best player of that game. Zapanta, as Boom has said, probably didn't feel that she was going to start for this season, but so far they've settled with her, and that would give her more confidence going to the other matches of the Adamson squad.
And her fitness. Iyan, kitang-kita natin na nung pumasok siya, nung bagong salta siya as a rookie for Adamson, and now she looks really more fit. The former Ateneo de Davao standout has led them in 2 straight games and is looking to lead them for a 3rd straight win. But UE is a tough team, and they're going to show what they're made of when we come back here, Studio 23. It is the Women's Volleyball Tournament Season 74, Adamson University versus the UE Lady Warriors, coming up after these.